The Gorgon's final gaze. The world knew the legend of Medusa, the Gorgon whose gaze turned all to stone. But fewer knew of Aeliana, her sister, the last of the Gorgons. Hidden for millennia in a desolate labyrinth known as the Whisperwind Maze, Aeliana was not born monstrous. A curse from the gods had twisted her, transforming her hair into venomous serpents and her eyes into instruments of petrification. Yet, within her stony heart, a flicker of humanity remained, a deep, silent yearning for release. Our story begins with Kael, a young sculptor from a distant village, whose family had been touched by the Gorgon's curse generations ago. His great-grandmother, a brave but foolish traveler, had stumbled upon the Whisperwind Maze and was turned to stone, her statue now a grim landmark outside their village. Kael grew up hearing tales of the Gorgon's power, but also whispers of a prophecy, when a heart of true artistry seeks not conquest but completion. The Gorgon's gaze shall mend what it has broken, and her final gaze shall set her free. Dismissing it as a mere fairy tale, Kael focused on his craft, pouring his soul into his sculptures, seeking perfection in every chisel stroke. One fateful evening, a mysterious, ancient-looking merchant passed through Kael's village. He admired Kael's work, and, in exchange for a particularly intricate carving, gifted him a tarnished ancient map, claiming it led to the ultimate artistic inspiration. The map depicted the very Whisperwind Maze that housed the last Gorgon. Intrigued and seeking artistic mastery, but unaware of the true nature of his quest, Kael ventured into the labyrinth. The maze was a treacherous nightmare of shifting walls and whispering winds that echoed with the cries of the petrified. Kael navigated its traps, guided by the map, until he found himself in the central chamber. There, amidst countless stone figures frozen in terror, stood Aeliana. Her serpentine hair writhed, her eyes, usually hidden behind a veil, fixed upon him with an agonizing blend of fear and ancient sorrow. She saw not a threat, but the pure artistic spirit in his heart. Aeliana threw a whisper that seemed to resonate directly in Kael's mind. Whisper not of malice, but of ancient despair, veiled the true nature of her curse. She longed for release, but only a unique act could break her torment. She explained the prophecy. Her gaze, normally one of destruction, could, with a heart of true artistry, mend what it had broken. Kael's ancestor, among others, could be returned. But in doing so, the Gorgon's power would be spent, and her final gaze would be her last sacrifice that would turn her into the very stone she had inflicted upon others. Kael was horrified, but also moved by her silent agony. He understood the prophecy's completion, not just the undoing of her curse, but the ultimate artistic act of creation through destruction. Placing the ancient map on the ground, he nodded, accepting the impossible task. Aeliana, with tears of stone forming in her eyes, lifted her veil. Her gaze swept over the petrified figures in the chamber, and one by one the stone cracked and crumbled, revealing living flesh. Among them, his great-grandmother blinked, bewildered but alive. As Aelina's power drained, her gaze turned towards Kael. He braced himself, ready to become another statue. But her final gaze held no malice, no turning to stone. Instead, it was a gaze of profound peace, filled with gratitude. He felt a warmth spread through him, a surge of artistic inspiration unlike anything he had ever known. As he watched, Aelina's writhing snake stilled, her skin hardened, and her body transformed into a magnificent, lifelike statue of a beautiful, serene woman. Not a monster, her eyes, now stone, reflected a gentle understanding. The prophecy was fulfilled. The Gorgon's curse was broken. Kael returned to his village, his great-grandmother by his side, bringing with him not just a living ancestor, but an unparalleled understanding of art, life, and sacrifice. He began to sculpt with a new depth, his creations filled with a quiet power that touched the soul. And though no one else saw the serene statue in the Whisperwind Maze, Kael carried the memory of the Gorgon's final gaze as a sacred inspiration, a testament to the true power of artistry, completion, and the ultimate act of release.